Hello BSR Nation, welcome back to Everland, home of the Ponderosa. What have we here? Well, it's a caterpillar, and this is not a good friend to have around. And I would just remove him, which I will. I'm sure I'll be back and he'll still be crawling around here, but it's not a good idea. The nest is right there, and I actually wanted to knock that nest down before they hatched, but alas, there they are. They're on the move. Anyway, we had a rainstorm all yesterday and last night. It was a good thing and a curious thing as well. It was good because I have trees in the orchard that they're not doing so well, so I think they could use the extra water, and the seeds that I planted, the seedlings, it's good for them. Also, these water catchments, they needed refilling, but also it was a strange situation as well because this water catchment had fallen over, and it could have fallen over because of being overfilled with the rainwater, but it just seemed that if this were to tip over, it would go that way because that's the side that's compromised, right around there. But it was tipped over, and this rose bush was bent over. I had to pull it back up and hook it to that cage. And then the lattice right here is pulled out. So I think it must have been a creature that climbed up thinking it was a garbage can and causing it to fall over, and perhaps then running underneath the deck. So I hope they're okay. So everything looks okay except for this right over here. This is the most curious thing. So right here, I had these screens up, and they were wedged between that concrete planter, and this planter, which was facing that way, and that pot with that branch in it. All of it also wedged up against this. But this is how it is this morning. See how it's knocked over? That's knocked over. Those are knocked that way. But the most curious thing is the fact that this chair was next to that chair. And I would think that perhaps these could have fallen into that chair and moved it up. But the other fact is that this chair, it didn't move straight up. It's moved up, but it's also moved over in front of that chair. And also, if this was the wind doing all of this, the first thing that would have blown over were these chairs, because that's what usually happens. So tell me what you think. I do have wildlife out here, and I would say no less than 5 raccoons the other night when I was having my cookout. They were sitting right over there. All I could see were their eyes shining. But when I took pictures with my phone and I went inside to enlarge it, I could see what it was sitting there watching me. And I do smell something afoul. There's the Ponderosa. It's full. I turned off the pump to the fountain last night, and that one. but I left that one on in the middle. But something smells a little ranch over here. I don't want to find anything unpleasant. And it does smell a little funky over here, but I do not see any buzzards. Normally, if something has died out here, the sky will already be full of buzzards, but there's the sky, and as you can see, no buzzards. So tell me what you think. There's the stream. It's not flooding, thank goodness. And as you know, it does flood at times. This thing rises all the way up to the rim, and it rushes like a river. But today we're doing good, looking good. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. I am grateful for the rain. Oh, real quick. So this year, I've decided to plant as much as possible. I don't really care for tomatoes that much, but I can make other things with them. I like bright green tomatoes. So I planted a whole lot of tomatoes. They used to grow like crazy automatically around here. I don't know what happened. And I have cucumbers. I'm going to plant more too. And I have planted squash in there and peppers. I'm crazy about peppers. You know I am. So all of this is peppers. And of course my onion patch over here is forever giving. The grapes are doing well. The rain pulled this down, but that's okay. Mint. You know, I have a ton of mint around Everland. Onions. I thinned these out, and I took at least 7 or 8 of them, and I put them in a flower pot over by the deck. Oh, well, at least I have 2 pears on this tree. My trees are not holding their fruit. Don't know, and I don't know why. I put black cow in all the pots this year to see if that would help. This pear tree is doing okay. Oh my gosh. Do you see this right here? It's hanging. Believe it or not, that's a grape. That's a cluster of grapes. I do have wild muscadines over here. So it might be from that, because for a cluster of grapes to come from over there all the way over here is weird. It's strange. So I'm thinking it's from the muscadine vines. All right, here is a red delicious that's not doing so well, so it might be time for it to go. This might just have to go back to the old big box store up the street, because they have a 1-year guarantee. And I think, well, I might not be able to take it back, because I think I've had it longer than a year. Anyway, and go to the old orchard in the sky. Peach tree. Now this is a red delicious, but of course I won't get any fruit from it this year. See that? Oh, see, look. Yeah. Oh, there's another grape cluster. Okay, so maybe, you know what? Maybe the wind did kick up enough to raise havoc over there, because all of these, look at all these all these clusters of grapes all the way over here. What? Wow. And even in the red delicious, I mean the yellow delicious. So there are grapes everywhere. Well, I'll call these muscadine clusters because they had to have come from over there. That's where the muscadines are. Okay. Gosh. I hope there's still some on the vine so that we can enjoy some of these muscadines this year. It sounds as though there are still trees that are falling, so maybe the wind did do all that damage over there. And maybe that chair got lucky and instead of being blown over here, it just blew in front of the other chair. All right. Well, that's all for today. Let me know what you think. I hope everybody is safe and doing well. Let me know what's going on in your gardens. Give me some tips. I'm going to come out here and have tea right over there when it dries up. And I'll make a video. We'll talk about some other things that are going on. And some of them are garden related and some of them are not. Anyway, thank you for watching. And as always, stay prayed up and stay sprayed up.